Did you know that 33% of Americans have bad credit scores? That's 1 in 3 people. It's a startling statistic, especially when you consider the impact of a bad credit score. It can make obtaining loans a challenge, and if you do get approved, you're likely to face high interest rates. A poor credit score can even affect your chances of landing a job or renting an apartment. But here's the good news. Repairing your credit score may seem daunting, but it's not impossible. Before you can repair your credit, you need to understand what it is and how it works. So let's dive in. A credit score, in the simplest terms, is a numerical representation of your financial trustworthiness. It's a 3-digit number that lenders use to assess how likely you are to repay your debts. The higher the score, the more financially trustworthy you appear to lenders. Credit scores are calculated using algorithms that consider a variety of factors from your credit report. These factors include your payment history, which accounts for about 35% of your score. So, if you have a history of late payments or defaulted loans, your credit score will take a hit. The amount of debt you owe makes up about 30% of your score. High levels of debt can indicate financial instability, which can lower your credit score. The length of your credit history, new credit, and types of credit in use are also factors that contribute to your credit score. Why is your credit score so important? Well, it can influence everything from the interest rates you're offered on loans and credit cards, to your ability to rent a home, or even land a job. Credit scores may seem complex, but once you understand the basics, they become much less intimidating. And remember, knowledge is power. Now that you understand what a credit score is, you can start the process of repairing it. Repairing your credit score is not an overnight process, but rather a journey. It demands some time, a bit of effort, and a solid plan. But don't worry, I'm here to walk you through the steps you need to take to repair your credit. First up, check your credit reports for errors. It's important to understand that your credit report is like your financial report card. It's a compilation of data from your past and present financial activities, and sometimes it might contain errors. These could be as simple as a misspelled name or as significant as a wrongful delinquency report. You can request a free credit report once a year from the 3 major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. If you spot any errors, dispute them immediately. Correcting these inaccuracies can give your credit score an instant boost. Next, let's talk about bills. Yes, those pesky things that keep showing up in your mailbox or email. Paying your bills on time is crucial to repairing your credit. This may seem obvious, but it's worth mentioning because payment history accounts for about 35% of your FICO credit score. So, set reminders, use automatic payments, do whatever it takes to ensure you're paying those bills on time, every time. Moving on, reducing your debt is a significant step towards repairing your credit. It's not just about how much debt you have, but also how much of your available credit you're using. This is known as your credit utilization ratio. A high ratio can negatively impact your credit score. So, try to keep your credit utilization under 30%. Pay off your balances, starting with high-interest debts first. This can help improve your credit score over time. Another strategic move is to keep old credit cards open. While it might seem counterintuitive, closing old credit cards can actually lower your credit score. This is because it decreases your available credit and increases your credit utilization ratio. So, even if you're not using an old credit card, it's often better to keep it open. Finally, remember that building good credit habits is essential. Be mindful of your spending, make a budget and stick to it. Regularly check your credit report to keep track of your progress and to catch any errors early on. And remember, repairing your credit is a long-term commitment. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Remember, patience is key. Results may not be immediate, but they will come. And when they do, the satisfaction you'll feel from taking control of your financial health will be well worth the journey. So, keep going, keep improving, and before you know it, you'll be well on your way to a healthier credit score. You might be wondering, can I just hire a credit repair company to fix my credit for me? And you're right. You absolutely can. But before you dive into that decision, let's weigh the pros and cons, shall we? On the upside, credit repair companies are equipped with professional knowledge and experience in dealing with credit bureaus, creditors, and debt collectors. They understand the nuances of the credit laws and know how to use them to your advantage. They can dispute errors on your credit report, negotiate settlements on your behalf, and provide advice on how to maintain a good credit score. In essence, they do the heavy lifting for you. But there's a flip side to this coin. Hiring a credit repair company can be quite costly. Some companies charge a setup fee, followed by monthly fees that can range from $50 to over $100. This can add up quickly over time. Plus, while these companies can dispute errors on your report, remember that no one can legally remove accurate negative information from your credit report. So, if a company promises to do so, tread carefully. Time is another factor to consider. Credit repair isn't an overnight process. It can take several months or even a year or more for the results to fully materialize. And while a credit repair company can speed up the process somewhat, they can't make miracles happen overnight. The effectiveness of credit repair companies can also vary. Some people have seen significant improvements in their credit scores, while others have been less fortunate. It really depends on your individual situation and the company you choose. Speaking of choice, if you do decide to go the credit repair company route, it's crucial that you choose a reputable company. Look for ones with positive reviews, transparent pricing, and clear, realistic promises. Whether you choose to repair your credit yourself or hire a company, the important thing is to start the process. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And in this case, that step could lead you towards financial freedom. Ready to start repairing your credit? Good, because there's no time like the present. As we've explored in the previous scenes, credit repair is possible, and it's something you can start right now. Let's take a quick look back at the steps we've discussed. First, we talked about obtaining your credit reports and reviewing them for any errors or inaccuracies. If you find any, don't hesitate to dispute them. These inaccuracies could be dragging your score down, and you have every right to challenge them. Next, we highlighted the importance of catching up on late payments. Remember, your payment history has a significant impact on your credit score, so it's crucial to stay on top of this. If you're struggling, consider reaching out to your lenders and discussing possible payment plans. They are often more willing to work with you than you might think. Then, we discussed the importance of reducing your credit card balances. Lowering your credit utilization rate can have a positive impact on your credit score. So, pay down those balances and try to keep them low. Finally, we talked about building a solid credit history. This doesn't happen overnight, but by consistently making payments on time and maintaining low balances, you're showing lenders that you're a responsible borrower. Now, I know this may feel like a tall order. Repairing your credit score can be a challenging journey, and it's normal to feel overwhelmed at times, but remember, you don't have to do this alone. There are countless resources available, from financial advisors to credit counseling agencies, that can provide guidance and support. Stay motivated and remain patient. Repairing your credit is not an overnight process. It takes time, discipline, and consistency, but with each step you take, you're moving closer to a healthier financial future. Remember, if you need help, just email Dwayne at dmsync.ltd or visit our website at dmsync.ltd or call it 1-800-467-1650, and let's go!